Hello and welcome to day 27 of Lifebook's 30-Day Challenge. I'm so happy to have you here with me today, and I want to start by congratulating you for staying in the ring on this program. This is exciting and fascinating and fun work, but listen, I also know how intense this can be. It's heavy lifting. This kind of work isn't necessarily easy, but then again, nothing in life that's really worth having necessarily comes easily. This hard work is where the growth lies. You get rewarded by the universe for doing work like this. So how about yesterday's exercise? Was that intense and awesome or what? Most people will never be able to experience as much clarity about their future as you were able to experience yesterday in the life vision category. Thinking through your entire life and defining the person that you want to become and the life that you want to live is a remarkable accomplishment. Even beginning that process is an amazing thing to do. It's an achievement you should be proud of. But we're not finished yet. Far from it. This is only the beginning. Now the time has come to make a very critical transition, a transition from the world of thinking to the world of doing, from designing your ideal life to actually building it. If your life vision is going to become a reality, it's going to happen in the real world, in your kitchen, in your workplace, in your gym, at your dinner table, or it's not going to happen at all. So one big question still remains after all the thinking you've done, and it's this: how are you going to make that life vision a reality? Because the greatest visions in the world are useless unless they can be implemented effectively. What really matters is that you achieve the life that you design. It's not how great your writing is or how much good thinking you've done, because ideas aren't worth anything without the ability to execute those ideas, without the ability to bring those ideas into reality. And this is where most people fall apart: implementation. It's the great unaddressed issue in people's lives. They just don't know how to do it. Even if they know what they want out of life, which most people don't, very few people know how to take purposeful, effective, intelligent action toward their goals every single day and actually get what they want out of life. And that just causes a massive amount of pain for people. Not knowing how to effectively implement is the number one thing that holds people back and keeps people broke and frustrated and stuck. It's the primary reason that we're just so overwhelmed and exhausted as a society. We work so hard, but we don't seem to get anywhere. We just work and work and work and work, but we never seem to get ahead. We don't get any closer to the life that we really want to live. We just spin our wheels. Most of us know that so much more is possible for us, but we can't quite put our finger on how to make it happen. And to make things even worse, there's a massive amount of misinformation out there, filling people's heads with ideas that destroy any possibility they ever had of learning how to implement effectively in their life. Get-rich-quick schemes, magic pills, irrational philosophies. Everyone's selling a shortcut to getting what you want out of life. The miracle diets that claim that you can eat as much as you want and still lose weight. Or the late-night infomercials that promise you wealth, not based on the principles of wealth creation, but by exploiting some loophole in the tax system or in the financial markets. Or the self-help guru that tells you that you can wish your way to your life vision. You can wish it into existence by just sitting around thinking all day, and checks will magically show up in the mail. These ideas are harmful and they're dangerous, but they're successful because they promise something very seductive to people: success without effort, an effect without a cause. And they appeal to people who've just kind of thrown in the towel and given up on learning how to implement effectively. It all starts here. This is the first battle. If you want to learn how to implement effectively and bring your life vision into reality, it starts with your basic view of reality, your basic sense of how things happen in this universe. And when it comes to reality, the reality of the way the universe works, I've got 3 words for you: cause and effect. You will never be able to cheat your life vision into existence. It doesn't work that way. In the universe we live in, there's no such thing as an effect without a cause. Now, I'm certainly not suggesting that everything needs to be hard, I'm not suggesting that you can't get into flow, that you can't learn how to manifest your life vision in a more effortless, more automatic way, supported by the universe. That's how I try to live every day of my life. What I'm just saying is, anytime you see someone selling success without effort, you should run the other way as fast as you can, because there's going to be a broken promise at the end of that road. And the real danger is that after a while, all those broken promises and all those failures start to stack up in your life, and they undermine your faith in your own decision-making ability, and before long, you won't know what to believe. You won't know what reality is. You'll lose faith in yourself and in your own intelligence, which is the very thing that you needed in the first place to win this battle. So if you take one thing away from this program, if you understand nothing else, understand this: your mind is competent to achieve the life vision that you are in the process of creating right now. Your mind is competent to do it. I promise you, there's a logical method for making it happen. No one can hand you your ideal life. There is no shortcut, but you are capable of assembling it, brick by brick. You don't need a magic pill. You don't need a guru. You need to stand on your own 2 feet, trust your own judgment and your own intelligence. You need to be the primary driving force behind every goal, every vision, every desire that you've expressed during the course of this 30-day program, and go out there and create it. This is the stage that separates the men from the boys and the women from the girls. This is the big question that you got to face right now, that you got to answer. Is this going to be an end for you as we come to the conclusion of this 30-day challenge, or is it going to be a beginning for you? Is this just going to be another personal development program that you participated in and hopefully got a lot out of it, but then it ends, comes to an end, and nothing really changes in your life? It was like a jacuzzi experience. Felt great when you were immersed in the warm bubbles. You got clear on some important things, but then you get out, you go back to your life, and nothing's really different? Are you going to let this experience dissolve over time? Because that's exactly what will happen. If you don't put energy into your life vision, you're going to stop getting energy from it. So the question you have to ask yourself is, are you going to let that happen? Or are you ready to go all in and continue this journey with us and share with us and grow with us and make this whole Lifebook thing your lifestyle and actually go out there and achieve your life vision? Now, I'm going to assume that, like me, your answer is going to be the latter. You mean this, you're serious about it, you really want to achieve this life that you've defined. So your exercise for today is to make something happen, to bring an aspect of your life vision into reality. Now, you've already laid the foundation. You've begun to clarify exactly what you want out of life. That's what the Lifebook process is all about, and it's what you've been working so hard to do over this 30-day challenge. You've done the initial work to put the beginnings of a life vision in place, and that's incredibly important because you're starting to understand the target. And to know the target is magnificent. It's literally half the battle. Abraham Lincoln said, "A goal properly set is halfway reached." So congratulations, you're halfway there. Now, once you know what you want out of life, the next question is, what are you going to do about it? What causes do you need to put in motion to create the effect that you're after? So the next step is to develop a plan that outlines what it's going to take to achieve your vision. And that's what we're going to be exploring in today's exercise. There's a lot of different ways to come at the strategic planning process. There are a lot of good systems out there, a lot of good methods that you could use, but they all have one thing in common, every single one of them. They entail goal setting. At the end of the day, the planning process is a goal-setting process. Learning how to set and accomplish goals is the single most important skill that you can ever develop. Brian Tracy calls it the master skill of success, the absolute key to getting what you want out of life. He says that an average person with clear goals will outperform a genius who doesn't know what he wants every single day of the week. All successful people are goal-oriented. And the most successful people in our society are in the habit of goal setting. In other words, it's not just a one-time thing that they do, it's a lifestyle. They set clear, written goals on an ongoing basis, and they focus on achieving those goals every single day. The good news is that goal setting is a skill. It's a skill that you develop over time, and you can get better and better at it through practice. It's 100% learnable. It's like a muscle that you work out in the gym. The more you do it, the stronger you get. And that's exactly what you've got to do if you want to learn how to implement effectively in your life. You've got to start to build that goal-setting muscle. Get in the habit of goal setting against your life vision. Take a look at that life vision. You ask, what goals does that require? And you want to make that a part of your lifestyle, and over time, get really, really good at it. That's the key. That's the magic. In order to become great at goal setting, we've got to first understand what a goal is. These aren't wishes, they're not hopes, they're goals. And goals have certain attributes. You want to make sure you're setting SMART goals. SMART is an acronym, S-M-A-R-T, that stands for specific, measurable, attainable, rewarding, and time-bounded. Now, this isn't my invention. I didn't make it up. You may have heard about this before, but it's so incredibly critical to the process of getting what you want out of life that I think it's going to be useful to review it again, even if you've heard this before. So let's go through this acronym, starting with specific. Your goals have got to be clear and specific, which means they can be easily described to another person. You need to know exactly what it is that you're attempting to achieve with no fuzziness at all. Second is measurable. Your goals must be measurable and quantifiable. You must know when you've achieved them. I want to be rich. That's not measurable, so it's not a good goal. I will make $100,000 before the end of the year is. Next is attainable. You want to make sure that your goals are in the realm of what you can actually accomplish in your life. If you set the bar too high, you're going to know it. You're going to feel it in your emotional body. You're not going to believe that you can accomplish it, and you're not going to get it done. And here's the danger. That's going to take time and energy away from what you actually could have gotten done. So you want to make sure that you've set the bar low enough that you actually have a good chance of clearing it and achieving that goal so you can get a win. But the other side of the coin is rewarding. You want to make sure that you set the bar high enough that your goal is going to be rewarding when you accomplish it, that it energizes you and excites you and gives you the fuel that you need to do the work. You've got to really want it. Jonathan Kozol summed it up perfectly when he said, "Pick battles small enough to win, but big enough to matter." That's really the key. And the last letter in this SMART acronym is time-bounded. A goal without a deadline is not a goal, it's a wish. Deadlines make a goal real. Deadlines create urgency. Deadlines kind of put the pressure on you to get it done. And if you're serious about achieving it, that's exactly what you want. So your goal must have a deadline. We want to make sure that we're setting SMART goals. Specific, measurable, attainable, rewarding, and time-bounded. I want to be in better shape. That's not a SMART goal. That's a fuzzy wish. I will lose 20 pounds by March 1st. That's clear. It's measurable. It's time-bounded, hopefully attainable, and it would probably be very rewarding. That's a SMART goal. So with those basic guidelines in mind, your exercise for today is to set some goals, some SMART goals, to define some of the things, some of the important things that need to be done in order to accomplish your life vision. Here's the exercise. Simply take a look at your visions across the 12 categories and ask yourself, what's it going to take to make this happen? What's one of the most important things I can do to make this vision a reality? Now, if you're just starting down this road, if you haven't done a lot of goal setting before, don't get overwhelmed here. Don't overload yourself. You just want to start from the beginning of your categories and just set a few SMART goals as you go through in the categories of your choice. This is just practice. Don't put a whole lot of pressure on yourself. If you choose to continue this journey with us and experience the full Lifebook program at the end of this 30-day challenge, we're going to help you master this process. We're going to help you get crystal clear on the vision of the person that you want to become and the life that you want to live, and we're going to help you move forward into that ideal life. But for now, all we want you to do is start experimenting with the most important skill you could ever develop, setting and accomplishing worthy goals in your life. Building your ideal life is a pretty big project. It's a pretty high bar, something very few people will ever achieve. We've got a big, wonderful, fascinating job ahead of us. But we can achieve this job together. And we're going to do it in exactly the same way that you've been experiencing this 30-day challenge from the very beginning, by taking it one small step at a time, one simple task at a time. With a little help, you will put the causes in motion to create the effect you want. With a little help, you will become an expert in each one of these 12 categories over time. I promise you that. With a little help, you will become a master of implementation. The primary driving force behind every goal, every vision, every desire that you get in touch with in the Lifebook program. And before you know it, you will wake up one day and realize that you're living the life that you've always dreamt about. Thanks so much for joining me today. Have fun with this awesome exercise, and I'll see you tomorrow as we drill one level deeper into creating the extraordinary life that you truly want to live.